Okay, can you see my screen?
I can.
Okay,
Yep.
great. So what you're seeing here, this is going to be the loan officer dashboard when you log in. Okay. And I'm going to kind of go over all this. We'll go over pipeline management. We'll dive into the point of sale stuff, customer facing stuff as well. We'll circle into a loan file. We'll look at the product and pricing engine. We'll look at approval letters and fee sheets and comparison analogies. We're going to end in the CRM. Okay. So we're going to save that for last. But if you notice, we got a green button here, a green bar. That's because we need to let everyone know that our version 6 of the call reports is now live. So anytime we have like a notice that we need to let people know, you'll see a red, yellow, or red, excuse me, a green, yellow, or red notification bar depending on the urgency. So this was a happy announcement. So we just gave a green bar there. Okay. So let me just start up here. You got your loan officer settings over here. Okay. You got a link to our YouTube channel, ticketing and support desk here. And we have really good customer support, much better than our competitors out there. You can access contract processing companies here. Um, System settings, which is just a lot of the admin stuff, which we cover that a little bit later. CRM stuff. This is a general mailbox for documents not associated with a loan file. We'll skip that. Task manager. So we've got different tasks that you can set up rules and such that you can. This pulls from your whole pipeline, lets you know what you need to do or what's past due. So then this tells us whether you need to sign anything as a loan officer. So there's 6 forms that I, as a loan officer, would need to go ahead and sign through our Esign feature, and then pipeline manager here as well. We do have a light mode and we have a dark mode. Okay. I actually love the dark mode. I prefer working in the dark mode. What's your preference?
Yeah, I have dark mode going on my computer right now.
Okay. I'll do most of the presentation in the dark mode. I might flip to light mode a little bit later. So right here, we give you, some notifications of new pre-apps. This one's here, 5 documents that need to be reviewed. I could click on that and it's going to pull up based on these 2 loans. I've got 5 documents I need to review based on these 2 loans. I could click on those and it drops me into that doc manager. I got 81 files that I haven't touched that are in over 60 days. So, I could actually turn this notice off if it gets away from me, but I could, once I open it up, it'll clear those. This tells me if I have any locks expiring or any closings coming up this week. And I've got some closings. I got a closing coming up this week in my demo. Over here to the right, I could open up. So these different pipeline sections, they open up, they toggle open. And there's actually more sections that we're showing. Okay, it's just that this is what we call your active pipeline. So this is very dynamic. So only if you have loans that are in these statuses will these different bars show up. For instance, if you have a denied one, when you have a denied status, we'll have a little red color here on the side. But I could toggle them all open if I want to. Okay, and oh, by the way, on this one, this is my pre-app. So anything that's new that you haven't touched is going to be highlighted blue, pending or new, depending on whether they finished the application or not. And then here's my little notice of my I haven't touched this loan in 84 days. So again, if I'm going to toggle that back down. Also over here on the right, you can start a new app. Okay, import a file, text it out, or email out the application. And then we have analytics. If I click this, it's going to pull up and tell me, who my top 10 referral sources are, my application counts broken up between purchases and refinances, my top 3 lenders I'm doing business with, and what type of loans I'm writing. But this is something really new and something people really like is LO production, LO comp. So this is going to tell you your locked loans, your production amounts, year-to-date closings, last month's closings, month-to-date closings. Okay. Your LO comp as well. It's going to tell you my your locked loans, the commission amount in there based on what you have locked. What's your year-to-date commissions? Okay, what did you make last month and what have you made month to date? I will tell you this in my demo. We do need to make some tweaks in my demo because it looks like the units are off. But again, that's don't worry about that. That would actually be corrected in the live account. Okay. But yeah, this is really nice because your loan officers can just really track, okay, what's my production looking like? What am I making? Okay, as long as you have your LO comp set up in your corporate settings, okay? Also over here, I've got all pipeline that I could click on, and this takes me to a different pipeline view. So now I've got everything is just sort of scrambled together, okay? And you could filter between different statuses if you want. If you just want to go to trade apps or you want to go to in underwriting or maybe look at some denied files or what have you. So So this is your all pipeline, but notice this also as an admin, you'll like this. So I got my loans, or I could toggle that to all loans. If we go to all loans, now I'm going to see everyone in my company. So I can toggle between, loan officers. I just want to see Jane Smith's TRID apps. Okay. I want to see, Drew Tester. Okay. I don't think Drew Tester is going to have anything. Yep. Got one pre-app, a big producer. So, but this allows you to toggle between your different LOs. Okay. So it gives you a more of a bird's eye view of your company production. There's another way you can do this as well. So this is going to be under account settings and under corporate applicants. And now I could go through same thing. And this gives me a little different view. This will tell me loan officer, processor, lender, estimated closing, lock expiration status. And I could even reassign these loans among different loan officers if I want this way. That's in your corporate view there. Okay. Let me drop back over to active pipeline. Okay. And so, when a new pre-app comes in, it goes into pre-app status. If you issue a pre-approval letter or pre-qual letter, it drops into the pre-qualified. There is a drip campaign, okay, that will be activated as long as you have it turned on. That'll drip on them in the status as long as they're in the pre-qualified or pre-approved status. Okay, so it's going to be, hey, just touching base with you. How's the home shopping going? Hey, would you like me to work up some new numbers, some rate quotes? Just the system will automatically stay in touch with them while they're out there shopping. So, the whole idea is how many times have you issued an approval letter in a busy season and then just let them get away from you? So this helps eliminate that. When the system reads the TRID 6 pieces of data, it's going to drop it into a TRID status right here. Okay, and like I said, as things move through the pipeline, and just sort of to let you know here, you've got, you can hover over different features. Okay, it pulls up the AE information over there, certain things ordered, yes or no. I got a pipeline manager here. I can move it through different pipeline statuses, my calendar, my document manager, and the conversation log. So I'll touch on that real quick too. Yeah, this also allows you, if a processor has been assigned to the file, you can have a internal communication or an internal chat between you and your processor who's been assigned to the file. So this one is a note from Jane Demo to Jack Processor, and notice it's red. Once they read it, it'll turn it a dark blue. So I know when they've read my notes. So that's the cool thing on the conversation log. I'll tell you what, let's dive into, no, I don't want to dive. I'll tell you what, let's look at a couple corporate admin features, and then we'll look at the point of sale, and we'll dive into a particular loan. So account settings, this is where you could add different branches. If you want to grow your company with multiple branches, loan officers. And notice under the loan officers, we've got this little LO, or excuse me, this little dollar sign next to the LO. Let me flip this into a light mode real fast. Okay, so doing that because depending on who watched the demo, some people may prefer the light mode. I want definitely to communicate that you could take your pick on that. But I could click the little dollar amount, and this allows me to enter the comp structure for that LO. We have a lot of different selections. So if you're paying your people by basis points plus a flat fee, gross minus basis points, gross minus flat fee per file, or basis points tiered. So now I'm going to select my different tiers. Okay, and so you can put this in. So that's a give you a lot of options there. Even recruiting incentives. NMLS call reports. So right here. And look, this is the version 6 is now live. So you're going to select your state, your period. Okay. And then version 6, yes or no. Include investment properties, yes or no. You're not supposed to. So we're going to go that. And it's going to pull up everything here and in the different sections. You can click on the different sections. So this little indicator is telling me I've got multiple loan scenarios that is going to throw off my call report. And I'll show you how to remedy that because we're going to go into that loan file here in a little bit. Okay. So, all right, but that's how quick the NMLS call reports are. We have other really robust reporting. We got system reports where, you could do what I call quick reports. And we also have custom reports. And our custom reporting is, it's really second to none in the industry. create it, just put in your description here, and this is where you start selecting all your different, data entries and everything. I mean, we've got, accounting for your commission reports and I mean, all sorts of stuff in here. Okay. So once you select all your data points, this allows you to manipulate what order you want them in. I'm not going to save this, but once you have one, you can actually run it. Okay. You can put in your date range. So I'm going to go back a few years on this. I'm going to run report. And notice this is pulling up status. So I've got archived and TRID and this and that. Okay, well, maybe you want to filter and say, well, give me the closed date, the ones that are closed within this date range. Let me rerun the report. Notice how it narrows it down. Now I want to add some other filters. Okay, I only want to see this loan officer and this loan officer. Rerun the report. Narrows it down more. Maybe you want to add more filters. I want to look at maybe purpose. Give me only my purchases. Give me my loan types. Give me FHA and VA only. Run report. Oh, okay. Now I probably need to open this up a little bit. So let me go, because it narrows it down. So our reporting is really, really nice, easy to use, and you can apply all sorts of filters on it. All right. Let's actually go back over to the active pipeline. Tell you what, let's do something here. Well, I'll tell you what, let me get you to send a text. Let's look at the application so you can see that. Go ahead and send a text if you don't mind to 33655. So send a text to 33655. And I want you to text the word demo, okay, to that number. Text demo to 33655. Okay. All right. So you're going to get the application sent to your phone. What I just got was, it says mobile number 203, and I won't read the rest, just opted in the keyword demo. Okay. So notice when you texted that, as a loan officer, I got an opt-in notification capturing a lead. And so there's a whole nother training that we could do with your team on how you can leverage short code marketing with our platform to turn it into a lead generator. Matter of fact, we even have co-branded applications, which let me take you to this one first. This is going to be your application. And let me go down to the mobile view. By the way, it will not say Broker Plus. Okay. It'll be branded to you. We have light mode and dark mode. Matter of fact, if you want, you could look at my personal pre-app, text the word apply to that exact same number. Okay. Text the word apply to that exact same number. So text apply to 33655. And you can see my personal application, my live app. It is, notice I've got this little icon on my phone. So this is just a little shortcut that I saved my application to.
Yep.
That's what my personal pre-app looks like in a dark mode. Okay. So, and you could personalize the video, or if, as you see in the demo one, we have a generic video greeting, but I really recommend personalize the video. All of your loan officers doing this. Now, I do want to say this, everything that's facing the customer, whether it be the application or the borrower toolbox that we're going to talk about a little later, we are working on some what we call UI changes. So the look and feel of it, we're going to be doing an overhaul to that. Okay, we did the overhaul to the loan officer UI. Now we're going to work on the customer facing one. Now we haven't had any complaints about it. Everything functions fine, but we are going to bring it up and give it a little facelift. Okay. Let's dive into this one here. Now, what's happening here is I have multiple loan scenarios that I've created. It's asking me, okay, which one do you want to go to? So I'm going to go to my conventional. Okay, so this is where you actually would work within a loan file. Okay, I'm actually in this loan number. And again, let me just kind of flip this. I mean, dark mode looks amazing. And one thing also just to mention about our system is completely mobile responsive. So, as a loan officer, I've sat on the beach of Cancun, Mexico, and I've done a loan, pulled credit, ran AUS, reviewed docs, structured the loan, sent out an approval letter and fee worksheet, priced it, everything, all from my cell phone, sitting on the beach, giggling because it was so cool, you know? So, so just want to point that out, which makes us a little different than our competitors that really did not design it to be mobile responsive like we have. Okay. So anyway, so this is everything in a now let me flip this back into a light mode real quick. So here's our loan number. Here's a lender loan number. You can enter that over here, you know. And then also if you ever do non-del, you know, this is where you would generate your min number. You could, here's your conversation log over here. You could add over here on the right, you could add, remove, or edit the position of the person, okay, the borrowers. You could clone the file. Right here, you can move it into different statuses. You could adjust your referral source. By the way, I forgot to show you, man, hang on. I forgot to show you the co-branded applications we have with referral partners.
Yeah, I didn't get to see that piece.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know, just so it's simple, you know. But the cool thing about this is it's going to track automatically your referral partner within a loan file. Okay, Susie Realtor, whoever. And then you can even do co-branded marketing with an email signature through the CRM. Okay.
CRM. So just quick question on the app. If I have 10 agents that I'm working with or a loan officer's working with, they can have 10, do they have 10 different short codes or 10 different code words? How does it differentiate between the different?
Talking about for you got 10 different co-branded applications, right?
Yep.
Okay. So you get one keyword for your main application as part of your subscription. If you want a keyword that would be identified with any co-branded application with a referral partner, each one of those additional keywords are $10 a month. Okay. Now, I'm glad you asked that because this is actually something that if someone can leverage it right, they can really explode their business. And so what if you had a keyword for, you know, like you said, 8 different realtors you're working with and unique for their application? That video on it can be a co-branded video, you and that realtor talking to the customer. What if you created sign writers for all their listings that went with those signs and saying, you know, text Susie to 33655 for more info. Okay, yep. Here's the thing. They may think, oh, I'm going to give something about the house. It doesn't matter whether that you give them anything about the house or not. What matters is you want them to text the keyword. They're going to get that co-branded app. They're going to get the introduction. It's going to be very personalized. But the key thing is you're going to get an opt-in notification capturing that person's cell number. So you just captured a lead. So now you're generating leads off of all of their listings that you can work and share with that referral partner.
Yep.
So back on this real quick. So the workflow's on the left, like most LOS platforms. Okay. This is, we color coordinate the credit scores, and here's sort of your summary. Here is where you could see your ratios, and that's going to be popped up here where you can really get an idea of the ratios on the file. You know, as you go through your app, this is also your application down here. Okay. So it's pretty easy to use. All right. I do want to point out that you could create, this is where you create your loan scenario. Okay, so I'm going to start creating a loan scenario. I'm going to click Get Quote. It's going to pull up the pricing engine. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and just do this as borrower paid, and I'm going to price this out. It's going to pull from the lenders that you are approved to do business with your lender paid comp and everything. So it's going to pull up. My demo only has a few lenders in here, but I'm going to go down to, and it's going to give you your best execution. So 7.5, I'm going to expand this. It's going to show me more options here, more lenders and options. So, okay, I like this. I can hover over this and it tells me how do we come up? Here's the final price. Okay, but how do we come up with that? Okay, there's a total of 2 adjustments, okay, to get that final price. If I like it, I go to the steering wheel and I can set it on the rate, fees, and loan details. So I don't have to remember what is that discount point or lender credit. I just click that and it maps it to all the appropriate places. Now, you're not locking it through our system. You're just pricing. Then, you know, when you're ready to lock, you just download the Mismo 3.4, bring it over to that lender and lock it. Okay, it's pretty simple. Anyway, you got your, you know, your different, you know, application. Now, so you price this out. Then down here, of course, you got your, working up your payment. You got your closing costs, prepaids, credits. Well, what are those credits? It breaks it down right there. What the credits are: available assets, reserves, cash to close. I can go to my estimated closing cost here. I can grab me a template, okay? And then it'll populate the different fees. And then you can open up the different sections and you can modify that. I will tell you this, what we're not showing, you're going to have next week, you're going to have a button that says get fees. And it's our integration with Lodestar to pull in title fees and transfer taxes. So we're really excited about that for the automation of those title fees. I do want to show you something though. That is a cool feature. So as you work one scenario, price it, work up your cost, you got to have right here, you have the ability to create a new scenario. Name it, what do you want to do, copy the base data. And once you have more than one, you can toggle between them, but you get a compare button. You see that? If we click the compare button, now I've got a single page side-by-side comparison of 3 different scenarios. And you can shoot this over to the borrower toolbox. I'll show you the toolbox in just a moment, okay?
Yep.
You also have the fee worksheet that you can send over. And we do highlight the lender credit in case you do borrower paid. Well, notice also here, we've got this little status. So anytime you move off of the application page, you got this, and you could click on these and get more data. You know, FICO, which pulls, you could even look at the credit scores, rate lock expiration, and then of course the DTI. Let's look at the document manager real quick. So when someone fills out an application, the system is going to create an automated checklist of items that we need, okay? And it's just a boilerplate, and you can modify what you know, but we have it dialed in pretty good. So this is where you would manage documents, the documents the borrower uploads to you, or you could drop them in yourself. Right here, the view and edit requested docs. This is where you could see what is the system asking them for. You could add additional items here, okay? And, and then this also tells you what they've uploaded. And I could actually click on those and like refresh it and put it back where they still need to upload it. You could review a document and you could edit your 1003 over here on the left. So this is the different 1003. So if you were looking at a pay stub, you could edit the income and so forth. Here's a bunch of different folders and how you can organize things. You can even put them on a drip alert to remind them to satisfy the checklist, okay? And then when they upload items, you got to accept or reject, okay? If I reject it, you got to give it a reason why. Give the reason, no problem, okay? Let's look at the borrower toolbox. And like I said, we are making a change to the borrower toolbox. This is where you can like resend it to them. But I just want to open it up and show you some of the features, okay, on that. So this is going to be, again, branded to you. It's formats. Actually, it formats a lot cleaner, mobile, but it's very functional. We've had no complaints on it. But me personally, it's time for us to make a pretty big facelift to this thing, and we're actually going to be adding a lot of really cool features to the app and the toolbox. But here's a toolbox video. Just talking about the purpose of this, what to do. So this is like an instructional next steps video. Supporting docs right here. And again, these colors are going to be blended to the colors of your branding, okay? But this is their checklist. And this tells them what they've uploaded, what do they still need to upload. And they can, go there, I'm uploading that. Let me add another file, uploading that, add another file, and so forth, so forth. Okay, and when they upload, they're going to get a pending review until you accept or reject it, okay? If you sent out a fee worksheet, approval letter, or closing cost comparison worksheet, they could access these here, okay? And the cool thing about the approval letter is they can lower this, okay, at their discretion. They just can't go any higher than what you set it for. Okay, so this allows them to go lower, print it out. So that's how that works.
Yep.
Okay. And the last thing is, if you send anything from our system that needs to be e-signed, they could access them right here. Last 4 digits of their social as an added layer of security. Okay. And then here is for this one, signatures required, credit off.
Now, what are you using for electronic signatures? What tool
We built it. It's proprietary. We built it, and it's been signed off on by UWM, Freedom, Rocket Mortgage. So and then any lenders that that we need to be approved with, just tee us up. We'll send out the vendor package, but it meets all the requirements and it's passed the smell test. And yeah, so you get unlimited envelopes. You don't need DocuSign. The lenders are going to send out your
yeah, they're going to send out the lender packages.
Right. But you're going to have we got non-Dell lenders using this, okay? But you're also you may have what I call broker skinny package that you may want to send out, okay? And so if you want to send something out, I'm just dropping down here under forms and disclosures case. You just come over here to create an envelope, select a print group that you would create, enable e-signatures, and when you're ready, you just create the envelope right there, and then you'll see it. It'll be like this. And you just, send it out to the toolbox. Okay.
And now is that included? So you're telling me if I had a letter of explanation and I just needed a drop rather than using a DocuSign account, I could just drop it in here,
yes,
slap a logo on it and send it over. And that's built into the cost of the system.
I know. Okay. Like, what's the catch, right?
Yeah. Well, we didn't get the price yet, I guess. I mean,
well, so I'm glad you mentioned that. So if you got like a letter of explanation, I would call that a custom loan disclosure. So that means you can set up corporate custom disclosures, which becomes part of your library. Or this one would be like a custom, meaning it's only for this loan. So you would go here, you would drop in your PDF, create your PDF, how you want it, drop it in. And then before you send it out, you actually can tell it, you can program it and say, okay, well, I want to auto-populate information here. I want to maybe add, what the heck? Let's do some custom data. Let me get them to checkbox this right there. And let me get them to sign borrower number 4 to sign here and borrower number 1 to sign, here's a custom data field. Anyway, this allows you to just program it and then you can send it. So it's just really easy to use. All right, so I skipped a few things. Let me show you something else that's really neat. What I'm going to do is right here is a send text. Send text. I love this feature because there's times I don't want to make a phone call. There's times I don't want to send out an email. So whatever. So I'm going to go, hi, Luke. Drew here with PLM. Please watch this video update. I'm going to click record video, webcam, okay, or I'm just going to do webcam. Hey, Luke, just got your loan out of underwriting. Things look great. Please give me a call. Let's go over the details. Hey, Luke, just got your loan out of. Okay, so I'm going to pick a thumbnail. Okay, I'm going to make thumbnail, insert. Okay. And I'm going to text it. I'm going to send it.
Now, just as you're doing that, what if I had a video that I recorded on my phone and instead of recording it real time with that webcam feature, would I have been able to insert a video?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So let me show you this real quick and I'll show you how to do this. So this is it right here. Boom.
Well, the other question I was going to ask is that was sending it out of a specific loan, right? If I wanted to send it not from a specific loan, but
yeah,
because we're talking marketing and communication now, so it's almost
let me show you how to do it. So this one right here, this little fire icon tells me that when we get 4 pieces of information, it'll create a contact in the CRM. So I'm going to click that. It drops me into that contact for the CRM. So right here, I've got email. We got text. So I can do the same thing here, but notice I've got this media assets, and you can select preset videos or system videos. Okay. Which we have in our CRM. We have, where you can upload videos, either YouTube, Vimeo, or where we host them. And we have over 100 marketing videos to choose from as well. Like here's one. So, it's a lot of our content already has this, but you could take advantage of a lot of the stuff. They're good. They're cringy. They're funny. They're meaningful. It just
Yeah.
depends on the vibe that you want to communicate.
Yep.
I did get a little ahead of myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. Let me go back to my loan file. So let me, while I'm here on this contact page, this is picking up the active loan. It's picking up past closed transactions. I could look at this. I could see that data, right? Here's the message center of all of the different messages that I would have sent out, like personalized messages that I would have sent out. And here's different campaigns or distribution groups, different groups to market to that they're a part of. I'm going to go back to my loan file because I'm not quite done showing you a couple of those, some other items. So I skipped like running AUS, obviously it's there. Assignments and tracking. I mean, I touched on the task calendar, processing tools, approval letter, very easy to create. It's just boom, and it has your logo on there. Accounting page. This is something really cool that as far as I know, we're the only platform that has this right now. Although one of our competitors made an announcement, oh, we're gonna roll this out. Interesting. It was after we made the announcement, and that we had it, but so, funds received, they received. This will bring in a lot of the data there. And then this is, any reimbursements or deductions. Was there any joint work? Okay, yes or no. Who do they work with? Okay. Was there a percentage split or, what about an LOA or referral or, so this allows you to split up things among your team members. Okay. And then all of these data points map to your custom reporting. So you can just set up your commission reports, run the report, you know who to pay what, and so this will give you your LO final comp. Then you got your audit log. The audit log is not as extensive as we'd like to have it right now, but we did put in enough fields that are going to be the fields that a loan officer and processor argue about. Who changed my loan? I tell you, I did.
Yeah.
You changed. So this
More fields reportable, the better. But yeah, there's going to be more
Yeah.
often than not. There's certain ones that create the fights and arguments.
Yes. And so we got to pick our battles sometimes with programming. So we gave you the fields that would cause controversy that could be critical on the integrity of a loan and someone's money. So we're tracking that. So let's get back over to the CRM. And we'll kind of wrap things up there. So again, I showed you some of the contacts. Okay, I showed you the media gallery. Okay, and you could like you said, you could preset different talking head videos. You've got milestones. Milestones are going to be just your basic mortgage updates to realtors, loan officers, and you could even create your talking head milestones on those if you want. And these are the standard ones. Okay, it's transactional as loans move through the system. You can edit your signatures to a limited degree, and you got co-branded signatures as well. You've got your contacts and you've got your campaigns. Okay. How do we determine who gets what? And as far as campaigns, we have a lot of preset content for your normal mortgage professional. So, but the way it works, who gets what marketing? That's where the distribution groups come into play. Now you could send anyone you could put any individual on any campaign. You could do that under their contact info. But this is where you could create, okay, I'm going to target a certain group within my database. So you create manual groups, which means you cherry pick who's in there to target, maybe a certain event that you want to invite an elite, group of people. Or you can do automated groups. Automated groups is you set up different rules, okay, that when that contact or that loan hits certain filter requirements, then and only then will they be added to the group. And when they hit that group, any campaigns that they're associated with, those campaigns get fired off, okay? And our campaigns, by the way, are text and email. But on this one, I'm going to create an automated campaign based on closed loans. Let's say the rates dropped and I want to target my database for refinance. And I only want to hit people with less than a 90% loan to value. I'm gonna do base loan at 250 to 700. I'm going to go occupancy type. I only want to hit my primaries because I'm going to hit a certain rate tolerance of 6.5 or higher. And I want to go with a term of 240 or more because maybe I want to do a 15-year with a lower rate tolerance. And then I want to make sure that the close date has been seasoned for at least 6 months to avoid any EPOs. Okay. Click search. Nothing's going to come in because it's, my demo. You would save it. And then it's just a matter of tying it to the campaign. The CRM is very, it's easy to use. It's going to do what it needs to do to stay in touch with your database. But the cool thing is this is all in one platform. It's just one. The difference between this one and this is Broker Plus, everything I showed you today, but it's month to month. It's 150 a month. Is month to month, 150 per LO, by the way. It's month to month. And it comes with 10,000 email credits and 1,000 text credits. So it's it's offering a lot of value. Yep. This right here, because of there were so many people hurting in the industry that I rolled out what we call enterprise pricing for all. So we're giving you the same price if we're a small shop as a big shop would get. So it's $99 a month with a 1-year commitment. So, same terms that we give a big shop, 1-year contract. Now, the catch is you don't get any text or email credits. You pay as you go, okay? And if you want to know what that costs, and by the way, the reason it's so liked by, mid to smaller shops is you as the admin pay for the seat, the $99. But the loan officers, they got to come over here and they got to fill up their gas tank for their marketing. So you're not on the hook for their marketing. They are. Yep. So 10,000 emails is $35. 5,000 emails is $20. Text, 1,000 text credits is $19. So this allows them to pick and choose what they want to use.
Got it.
So that's why that $99 is just, it's just so popular. And it's a no-brainer. I mean, there's not a catch to this. It's not a bait and switch. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah. All right. Now, is there anything, so you're just pulling this is regular right on the website pricing?
Yeah. And then our premium setup. Oh yeah. If you want to know other stuff like LOAs are 25, processors are 50. And then we have a setup.
So I was going to say those are LO seats, but if I have internal processors and LOAs, they're at a reduced price. They're not doing nearly any of the other stuff that the other person's doing.
And then premium setup, which is really recommended. You don't want to try to configure the LOS in your CRM. I mean, just let us help you with some of that lifting.
Yep.
$100 per LO, $500 minimum. So if you got 6 or 8 LOs at $600, $800. And then we spend 2 hours of training with your team. We're going to spend one initial hour. We'll give it a couple weeks, and we'll do a follow-up training. And so that's a no-brainer.
Got it. Love it.